because you know what I know. The end is coming.
Stephen A. Smith just dropped a bombshell that nobody saw coming. He's accusing Kobe Bryant's widow of something so shocking that even die-hard Lakers fans are starting to question everything they thought they knew about Vanessa Bryant. According to Stephen A., she's not just mismanaging Kobe's massive fortune, she might be heading straight for financial disaster while cutting off everyone who ever mattered to the Black Mamba. And the evidence? It's more damning than anyone could have imagined. When Kobe Bryant tragically passed in January 2020, he left behind an empire worth an estimated $600 million. That's not just NBA money. We're talking about a fortune built on smart investments, including his legendary $6 million body armor deal that turned into $400 million when Coca-Cola bought the company. Add in the Nike deals, Granity Studios, multiple luxury properties, and intellectual property rights, and you've got a legacy that should have lasted generations. But something went terribly wrong, and the cracks started showing almost immediately after his death. The first bombshell dropped when Vanessa's own mother, Sophia Lane, came forward with accusations that shocked the world. Just months after losing Kobe, Sophia claimed her daughter kicked her out of her home and left her with nothing. This wasn't some private family dispute either. Sophia went public, telling Spanish-language media that she'd been working as the Bryant family's unpaid nanny and assistant for nearly 2 decades. She filed a lawsuit demanding $5 million, a house, and a Mercedes SUV, claiming Kobe had promised to take care of her for life. Vanessa's response was brutal. She publicly accused her mother of extortion, stating that Sophia was trying to cash in on a tragedy. The ugly battle played out in court and social media, with Vanessa claiming her mother wanted to backcharge her $96 per hour for 18 years of supposed work, but that wasn't even the worst family betrayal happening behind closed doors. While Vanessa was fighting her own mother, Kobe's mother Pamela Bryant emerged with her own devastating claims. Pamela accused Vanessa of completely cutting her off financially after Kobe's death, abandoning the woman who raised the basketball legend. The timing was impossible to ignore. Both mothers, from both sides of the family, were accusing Vanessa of the same thing within months of each other. Social media exploded, with fans demanding answers about why Kobe's parents were being left out in the cold. The controversy caught the attention of some unexpected voices. Dr. Umar Johnson didn't hold back, straight up accusing Vanessa of racism and claiming the media was giving her a pass because she's not black. He pointed out that if the situation were reversed, if a black woman had inherited a white athlete's fortune and cut off his white parents, the media would be having a field day. Whether you agree with his take or not, the fact that these conversations were even happening showed how deep the divisions had become. Here's where things get really interesting though. Financial experts started noticing a pattern that suggested something much bigger was going wrong with the Bryant estate. In 2022, Vanessa quietly started selling off properties, not just any properties, but homes that Kobe specifically wanted to keep for his daughters. First when a Newport Beach mansion, then a family condo, then a retreat property outside California. Real estate analysts noted these weren't strategic investment moves, they looked more like someone desperately trying to generate cash. When you see multiple luxury properties hitting the market in quick succession from an estate that should be generating millions in passive income, red flags start waving. The legal bills alone tell a story of financial hemorrhaging that's almost hard to believe. Since Kobe's death, Vanessa has been involved in lawsuit after lawsuit. There was the wrongful death case against the helicopter company, the battle with LA County over leaked crash photos that won her $16 million, but cost millions in legal fees, the lawsuits from both mothers, and ongoing trust litigation. Estate attorneys estimate she's burned through tens of millions just in legal costs over the past few years. And remember, every dollar spent on lawyers is a dollar taken directly from her daughter's inheritance. But the legal battles are just part of the problem. What's happening to Kobe's business empire is even more troubling. Granity Studios, the content company Kobe built to create empowering stories for young people, has gone completely dark. The Instagram page hasn't been updated in over 2 years, the website lists no new projects, and former employees say it's essentially shut down. This was supposed to be Kobe's legacy project. He had deals in the works with Netflix and Disney for animated adaptations of his books. All of it vanished after his death. The Mamba Sports Academy tells a similar story of decline. What Kobe envisioned as a training ground for the next generation of athletes has been reduced to barely more than a charity name. Corporate sponsors have quietly walked away. Training programs have been scaled scaled back or eliminated entirely, expansion plans were scrapped, and staff members were let go. The place where Kobe and Gianna trained together, where he wanted to shape future champions, is now a shadow of what it was meant to be. Then there's the Nike situation, which might be the most financially devastating of all. Kobe's shoe deal was supposed to generate millions annually for his estate, providing steady income for his daughter's futures. But Nike has been scaling back Kobe merchandise releases, and industry insiders say it's because Vanessa's team has been impossible to work with. One former Nike executive revealed that while Kobe wanted his shoes to be affordable for kids who couldn't buy Jordans, Vanessa's team pushed for premium pricing and limited releases. The result? Millions in potential revenue lost, and a partnership that's essentially dead in the water. The spending patterns paint a picture that would make any financial advisor lose sleep. Since 2020, Vanessa has been spotted on luxury vacations in Europe, Turks and Caicos, and Aspen, always flying private even for short domestic trips. She's been wearing custom couture to every event, hosting parties with celebrity chefs and five-star venues. Nobody's saying she shouldn't live well after such a tragedy, but when you're selling off legacy properties while spending like this, questions start getting asked, especially when there's no evidence of any new income being generated from Kobe's brands or businesses. What makes this even more suspicious is the sudden silence from people who were once close to the family. In the immediate aftermath of Kobe's death, A-list celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Ciara, and Lala Anthony were constantly showing support for Vanessa. By 2023, those posts had dried up, birthday tributes stopped, red carpet appearances together became rare, and public support virtually disappeared. Even LeBron James, who was supposedly close to the Bryant family, has stayed completely silent about the estate drama. When everyone around you suddenly goes quiet, it usually means they know something the public doesn't. Former employees and business associates are starting to break their silence as NDAs expire, and what they're revealing is devastating. A tech entrepreneur who worked with Kobe on a sports analytics company claimed that after Kobe died, Vanessa's people came in and shut everything down, causing millions in development to disappear. A former Mamba Academy coach revealed that Kobe had massive plans for underprivileged kids, international training camps, and coaching certification programs, all scrapped within months of his death. Multiple sources confirm that Netflix and Disney deals for Kobe's content were killed because Vanessa's team demanded creative control that would have completely changed Kobe's vision. Perhaps most heartbreaking is what's happening with Kobe's unpublished memoir. Close friends confirm he'd been writing about his life, his mistakes, his evolution as a father, and his dreams for his daughters. That manuscript is reportedly locked away in the estate vault, with Vanessa showing zero interest in publishing it. Think about the impact that book could have had, the inspiration it could have provided, the revenue it could have generated for his daughters. Instead, it's gathering dust while the estate bleeds money. The international side of Kobe's empire has been completely abandoned too. Kobe was massive in China, Italy, and throughout Europe, with licensing deals and partnerships worth millions. Since his death, there have been no international appearances by Vanessa, no continuation of his global business interests, no effort to maintain the worldwide brand Kobe spent decades building. It's as if half of his legacy just ceased to exist overnight. Here's the truly terrifying part that should concern every Kobe fan. Financial experts who've analyzed the available data estimate that at current spending rates, with no new revenue streams and continued legal battles, the Bryant estate could be functionally bankrupt within 7 to 10 years. That means Natalia, Bianca, and Capri Bryant, the daughters Kobe believed would be set for life, could inherit nothing but debt and lawsuits. Natalia, now 21, reportedly has been kept in the dark about the true financial state of her father's empire, despite being legally entitled to that information. The pattern is impossible to ignore at this point. Properties being sold off against Kobe's wishes, businesses shut down or abandoned, partnerships destroyed, legal bills in the tens of millions, lavish spending with no new income, family members cut off on both sides, celebrity friends backing away, and former employees speaking out. This isn't just mismanagement. It's starting to look like the systematic dismantling of everything Kobe Bryant built. Stephen A. Smith said what everyone in NBA circles has been whispering for months. He pointed out that Kobe left Vanessa a sizable estate, emphasized multiple times, and questioned why no NBA players are speaking up for their brother's legacy. The silence from Kobe's former teammates and rivals is deafening. These are men who would die for each other on the court, who consider each other family, yet not one has publicly supported how Vanessa is handling the estate. That silence speaks volumes. Some are even starting to question whether this is about more than just money. Kobe's entire philosophy was about the Mamba mentality, discipline, hard work, building something greater than yourself. Everything he he touched was about legacy, about creating something that would outlast him and inspire future generations. What's happening now is the complete opposite of everything he stood for. The businesses are dying, the partnerships are dead, the content isn't being created, and the money is disappearing into legal fees and luxury expenses. The saddest part is that this could all be fixed if Vanessa wanted to fix it. She could restart Granity Studios, revive the Mamba Academy programs, repair the Nike relationship, publish Kobe's memoir, settle with the families, and hire competent business managers to grow the estate instead of depleting it. She could honor what Kobe actually wanted instead of whatever this has become. But every day that passes, every property sold, every partnership lost, makes it harder to save what's left. Former business partners are now warning that once certain assets are gone, they're gone forever. The body armor windfall was a one-time payment that's allegedly been largely spent. The Nike deal may be permanently damaged. International partnerships have moved on to other athletes. The window to save Kobe's empire is closing fast, and based on current trajectories, it might already be too late. The most damning evidence might be what's not happening. No major documentaries about Kobe despite multiple interested parties, no continuation of his book series despite publisher interest, no expansion of his youth programs despite community demand, no growth of his business ventures despite market opportunities. It's not just that things are being mismanaged, it's that nothing new is being created at all. The estate is in preservation mode at best, controlled demolition at worst. Insiders describe Vanessa as someone who's consolidated all power into her own hands, removing the advisory boards and business managers Kobe carefully selected. She's reportedly making unilateral decisions about hundreds of millions in assets with no apparent long-term strategy. One former estate consultant called it a recipe for disaster, noting that even billionaires don't handle fortunes this size. Without teams of experts, the questions keep piling up with no answers in sight. Why sell properties Kobe wanted his daughters to inherit? Why shut down profitable businesses? Why fight expensive legal battles with both families? Why abandon international partnerships worth millions? Why refuse to publish Kobe's memoir? Why let Granity Studios die? Why scale back the Mamba Academy? Why antagonize Nike? Why spend millions on lifestyle while generating no new income? And most importantly, why is everyone who was close to Kobe staying silent about it? Some observers believe we're watching the largest estate implosion in sports history happening in real time. Others think there's still hope if drastic changes are made immediately. But everyone agrees on one thing: what's happening to Kobe Bryant's legacy right now would break his heart. The man who gave everything to build something permanent is watching it crumble from beyond, and the person trusted to protect it might be the one destroying it. The clock is ticking louder every day. Every month that passes without action is another step toward complete financial collapse. Natalia, Bianca, and Capri deserve better than to watch their father's empire disappear into legal fees and private jets. Kobe's parents, regardless of past issues, deserve better than complete abandonment. The fans who worship Kobe's memory deserve to see his projects completed and his vision realized. And Kobe himself deserved better than to have everything he built torn down by the very person who promised to protect it. Stephen A. Smith's comments weren't just criticism, they were a wake-up call. The question now is whether anyone's listening, and more importantly, whether anything can still be saved. Because if current patterns continue, by the time Kobe's youngest daughter comes of age, there might be nothing left of her father's empire, except memories and what-ifs. The Mamba Mentality was about excellence, discipline, and building something that lasts forever. What we're witnessing now is its complete opposite, and the tragedy is that it didn't have to be this way.